Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, seekers and sojourners of truth, the 144, chosen of the chosen few. You know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Celestial Earth and this beautiful divine energy essence of it all, reporting to you live from nowhere other than what? Dimension number 5. Who all is in here in the 5th dimension? How many of us are crossing the bridge as our cosmic messenger brings us all that we need, right? As usual, I'm bringing you the news to infuse, if you so choose to infuse with that light as we light up on the light grid. Right now, I'm sitting underneath the moonlight. You can't see it, but I can, and I can feel it. It's like half moon, like we're halfway there. So we have about another week before we get to our full moon, a little week or so. Ashe, super full moon coming up. So with that said, let me get right into it. If you are here for the first time, welcome. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment if you dare. Anything that helps the algorithms, because they're doing some kind of craziness, shadow banning, whatever it is, you know. And I'm just going to be here for the ones that are here, the 144 ascendants and frequency, high frequency ones. So welcome, welcome, welcome. This is about us approaching the perihelion. Approaching the perihelion right now. Right? Excuse the noise if you hear it. That's kind of what's happening, an essence of what's happening. There's this during movement. What I'm getting now is as there's movement happening, there's this loud chatter. There's chaos, you know, but I'm not here to harp on that. It's all a beautiful thing. It may look chaotic, but in the midst of it all, it's refining us. It's like a fine-tooth comb combing through our atmosphere, combing through our hydrosphere, stratosphere, all of the spheres that we are, right? The spheres energy center, which are wheels and spheres within our core, and it's unlocking everything. That's why I'm doing the root chakra workshop right now. Right now, we're on the second day. We're in the middle of it as we prepare for the perihelion, as I was guided to make sure that I do this, right? So approaching the perihelion, which is tomorrow. And with this perihelion, what I'm noticing is the pivot. And as it pivots around the sun, as our cosmic messenger, aka 3i Atlas, pivots around the sun, with this, what I call a cosmic interchange, or what I feel is that as it pivots, the hurricane over Jamaica is pivoting right with it. Like, there's no such thing as a coincidence. There are things beyond our understanding. We may not know the fullness of it, but there's definitely electromagnetic frequencies at hand. There is definitely cosmic, I don't want to say interference, I want to say cosmic enhancements that are happening. The activity, the creative and receptive activity is really on a move. The pulsations are happening within the earth, and the earth is really responding to this. It may seem like disaster. Oh, what is this? It's coming to create disaster. No, it's, if anything, it's a flooding out. It's a cleansing. And just as you see it happening in the earth, so too as it is with us. And that's why the most important thing to do is focus on self. Go within your energy centers. Go within the spiral. Go within the storm that is in you, right? And these storms that are happening, another thing that I notice is the 6. That 363 code that we were getting from the messenger, I'm really seeing the 6, which of course 6 is the receptive completion. But the 6 that I'm talking about is the 6 that is happening in the geo, what would you call it? The geosphere of the earth. In the earth in and of itself, with geomagnetic fields, whatever the scientific word is for it. It's a lot of geology and geography, geo. Okay, so the earthquakes is what I'm referring to. There's been a couple of earthquakes. There was one, I believe, if not today, yesterday, I'm not sure which day, but this is leading up closer to the perihelion, and it was a 6-point-something magnitude, right? There was another 6.4, the one that I spoke of, which was in where was that? Central America, I believe it's Costa Rica. So there's a lot of the six. We're seeing six. So there was a lot of these earthquakes that are a six, and that is a communication. There's no coincidence in that. That is a response for those who can hear, for those who can pick it up and get what that six is. It's not for doom and destruction, but it is to bring about change. These are the radical changes that are happening, and it's picking up in these earth spots is the way that I see it. And what I was getting from that is the ring of fire, where these earthquakes were happening around that time when the ring of fire was going off, sounding off the alarm. And as I said, that was around the crown of the earth, right? And there was a direct connection from the crown directly to the root. For those who saw that video of origins from the cosmos, it's a connection, it's a reflection of that. So straight, if you can think of it like this, it's almost like from our galactic center through the cosmic messenger, it's being sent in, like this information, this is being deposited in. I'm a loss for words right now. A lot of times, I don't know how many of you may have been feeling this, but sometimes it's like the words are just not there. I believe the information is coming in so quickly, it's like the words get jumbled, or it's like you just can't verbalize it. Sometimes the words aren't really there, so words get in the way anyway. So this shooting in, right, I may be doing special effects to substitute for the words. Those who get it, you get it, okay? Light language, whatever you want to call it. So it shoots into the earth, right into the crown, just like how we open up our crown, receiving information coming into our crown through the core of us and into the earth as we're channels of the light. So the earth itself has its energy centers, and it's almost like the crown opened up and the information shot right in through the crown, and it sent, let's say, waves directly over to the root, from the crown to the root. And this is when the waves hit over, I believe it was California. There were, what they call them? Tsunamis. They were looking out for tsunamis heading right over to California, which is where Mount Shasta is, and that is the position of the root chakra. Just to put all this together, from the crown to the root. So that kind of set it off, is what I'm seeing, like this geo set it off from the center ring of fire, and it's almost like it radiates throughout the earth. Like that earthquake hit, and the message needed to get, it went through the earth, and at certain different points, it's like it's like a Oprah show. You get a prize, you get a prize, you get an earthquake, you get an earthquake. And I know earthquakes don't sound like a prize, but it's really a I can't find the word that I'm looking for, but like a geological response, our earthly response. It's almost like when you get the shock. This is what I'm seeing, like clear, like the earth gives back a response, like, right? Excuse all the sound effects. So with that, this, as we're approaching the perihelion, there's this pivot. It comes really close to the sun and it pivots. And the same way it kind of pivots around the sun is the same way Hurricane Melissa is pivoting right around Jamaica, like right around the west tip. They thought it was going to go up the middle, and it's kind of coming over to the west end and pivoting right up. And it's kind of moving in that same way. If those of you who notice the path, if you've been seeing the path, it kind of goes in the same way as the cosmic messenger coming into our solar system, passing Mars, coming around the sun, and then pivoting to then pass Venus, and then further on to passing Jupiter. So there's this pivot that is happening, and as I said, there's no such thing as coincidences. So somehow it is communicating with Jamaica. Our thoughts, our loving light, and everything surrounds Jamaica. At the same time, as a descendant of Jamaica, I know that Jamaica needs its fair share of, let's say, cleansing, right? And washing out. So cleansing out faithfully, it's washing away the debris of the negative energy that is kind of sits over Jamaica, like this film over Jamaica. So faithfully, it's just like coming with the scrub brush and and washing that away, because a lot of us have been doing a lot of energy work in Jamaica. I particularly were when I was in the island, in the rivers, speaking to the rivers, speaking to the earth, going to different parts that I've been led to, and I'm sure there are others who are energetically inclined that have also been communicating with certain points in the earth. And it's almost like we've opened up certain little channeled spots, and that allow the cleansing to come through, if that makes sense. And so it's also hinting at, this is going maybe into more politics kind of, which I'm not into, but that really pointing at Jamaica, that Jamaica is that pivotal point. Jamaica is where a lot of people in the world, there's nowhere in the world that does not know Jamaica. So no shade to any of the other islands, I'm not in an island debate. It's just really focusing on the truth, and that Jamaica can possibly be the ones to lead, as they tend to lead culture, and it can possibly be the ones to help restore power to the people, by the people knowing their strength. Jamaica has a lot of confidence in its people, right? Sometimes misappropriatedly, but if we can get the cleansing and the energy put in the right way, then it can kind of help with the changes. So they're culturally in the geosphere of everything, and culturally this pivot is pointing there for a reason. There's no coincidence that the pivot around the sun is the pivot around Jamaica. And while we're having these electromagnetic charges, and speaking of electricity, there's a lot of a lot of electrical charge in this storm. There's a lot of, I even saw some video where before the storm was coming, there was just lightning all around. And this is the electricity. This is an electromagnetic field. And so there's a lot of it surrounding that area, Ashe. And so keep in mind of that pivot. So the approaching perihelion that is pivoting, think about within you, where do we need to pivot? Where is the pivot in us, in our life, world, and affairs? And with these solar winds, with the aid and the assistance of the cosmos, as they disperse this energy into us, as it deposits these energies into us through our nervous system and into our very cells, as we're changing at a molecular level. So this is why it's important to clear the energy, the blocks in your energy centers, as we are now doing with the root. And for those who would like to join, if you didn't get a chance to, feel free to still sign up. I have one coming up this weekend. And it's really helping out. A lot of us in there are seeing the perspectives that we need to change to remove the blocks of fear and transmute it into the love frequency, is what is going to help bridge us into the fifth dimension, help us to come online in our psychic abilities, and just onto the next level of our higher self, our over self, coming into connection with our cosmic divinity of who we really are. Ashe? So before I go, I'm going to share this quick little download, if I can see it, in the approaching perihelion, and then I'm out for the meeting. So approaching this perihelion, as we are approaching the perihelion when the cosmic messenger is closest to the sun on the 29th, energies are amplified as the activation of information shared between the two sends accelerated frequencies through our electromagnetic field and nervous system to unlock dormant codes that stabilizes the love frequency and enhances our ascension. Ashe. This is a pivotal time where ones are being guided to shed their skin of layers and timelines that no longer serve them. As the messenger makes a pivot, a sharp pivot, or maybe not so sharp, but a pivot around the sun, it is the cosmic interchange and energy exchange that pivots within our life, world, and affairs through our cellular response to this cosmic upgrade. So let it not go to waste. This is a pivotal time, a pivotal moment. And as I said, it's allowing us to shed their skin. And that message has come to me because as the iguana that I've been seeing that passes by me every day, the same path, green iguana along this green path, green emerald tablets, the green cosmic messenger, it is on a path. And as it goes along this path, I saw where it has left shed skin, and this is like the third time I've noticed it. So I share that message that as we go through this path, as the path that the messenger travels, it is helping us to shed the skin, shed the layers, which is what the lizard or iguana represents anyway, is shedding skin, removing layers, coming into a new beginning. Right? There's weeding in the seeding. Before we can be seeded and get into that new beginning, there is a weeding, there is a shedding, there is a releasing, a removal in order to, there's the death to rebirth transformation as we're in the Scorpio season, which is what Scorpio is all about. Retrograde month is about to go down right now. So it is giving us the opportunity to shed those layers, make that pivotal turn, go within and allow yourself to affirm this new essence in you, to receive the messages, to unlock the codes, so that the memory codes are also opening for us, right? It's definitely interacting with our helix, our DNA helix, our cosmic DNA helix, and things are definitely changing. So this is a yes and no. We have to let our yes be our yes and our no be our no. No lukewarm, no straddling the fence. We're the fork in the road where, as I was saying in the meeting, we're forking right now. And it's time to just, as we stick a fork and make a decision and take the path that has been resonating with us already. It's not a scientific, debate. It's not rocket science. Like, for most of us, we have already been getting the messages, and it's saying it's time to execute. As we pivot, it's time to make the right pivot and execute. Ashe. And I leave that with you all. Good day, love and light to you all. Anything else that needs to know, things we can do, what you can do, especially specifically tomorrow while the sun is out, face the sun and get direct messages and amplify your connection, because it's by the sun interacting. That's why the solar flares are just off the Richter scale going off. It's like they're speaking to each other like, hey, what up? What they do? Here it go. Right? Cosmic fireworks. So face the sun. Since it's with the sun, you're going to get your best. It's like we're being good satellite dishes now. Pivot and face the sun directly. If it's too much for you, take some shade, take a break away. You don't have to sit in the sun all day, but take some moment, a few minutes if you can, and really sit with the sun while being barefoot in the earth if you can, if you're not in a cold region. But while being barefoot in the earth, and just completely allow yourself to be a cosmic receptor, a divine receptor and conduit of this light, right? Drink lots of water, meditate, do lots of movement, move your body, allow your energy centers to be aligned, sit up straight, stand up straight. Just, you don't have to walk around straight, but in these moments where you're connecting, do not cross your feet. That's, one of my Reiki 101s kind of. Don't cross your feet. Allow the energy to flow through you. No crossed hands, no crossed feet. Straight, being that nice antenna, divine antenna of light, because you're a portal of light. Let your flames ignite. Ashe. And with that, let's just take a moment to breathe and send loving light and energy to all those who are in Jamaica, where everything is pivoting right now. We send them loving light, healing. We ask for things that need to be flushed away. Let it be flushed. Let the cleansing happen, and let it be purified, clear energy as it passes over and the sun comes out to embrace them with its warming embrace tomorrow on the 29th on the Perihelion as the pivot is happening. Ashe. Deep breath. Peace, love, and light.